My civic action plan is about climate change. The issues with climate change are accelerated sea level rise, longer and more intense heat waves, loss of sea ice, and global warming. The sea levels are rising more and more, leading to animals like polar bears losing their habitats and becoming extinct. The outcomes of these effects of climate change include higher wildlife extinction rate, poor air quality, poor water quality, diseases transmitted by insects and rodents, and those diseases include things like COVID. Organisms like polar bears, fish, and plants lose their habitats, and as time passes by, it will eventually conquer more and more land, leading to even more creatures becoming extinct. The air quality and water quality would be very unhealthy for not only us humans to breathe, but also other creatures. If poor air quality worsens, it will eventually come to the point where we humans will not be able to breathe, leading to our extinction or evacuation from Earth, if we have a place to evacuate to. Lastly, diseases like COVID are caused by the increase in temperature. The increased heat stress makes diseases like COVID easier to spread from animals. COVID is only one of the most horrific diseases that the world has encountered. Who knows what other diseases are carried by creatures? It's almost as if people are asking for more diseases the way do not take care of the earth. My desired outcome for my plans in climate change are lower rate of wildlife extinction, so animals are losing their homes, dying, and on the brink of extinction. Events like wildfires and icebergs increasing in mass are a few outcomes of climate change. Second is better air quality and weather. We have to ensure for our future generations that they have a place to live because if we do not stabilize our air quality, then we would eventually not be able to breathe. Also, look at the picture on the top right. Everyone prefers the view on a good day. That's for sure. Third is lower risk of diseases. For example, COVID. No one wants things like COVID anymore because obviously it's taking so much from us, taking lives, jobs, businesses, and many more. Fourth is clean oceans. We have to stop letting the sea creatures to be punished for our mistakes. All the trash and littering has to stop. Communication. For the communication part of my civic action plan, I tried to communicate with NASA, the National Park Service, and the Environmental Protection Agency. I emailed both NASA and the Environmental Protection Agency, and they responded, but I was not able to talk to the National Park Service. From NASA, I learned that NASA's true purpose is to provide data about climate change. They observe the environments and provide data with graphs, tables, and intel for the organizations they are connected to so that those organizations can fix it. From the Environmental Protection Agency, I learned that humans are not all to blame for climate change. There are also natural causes. Those include variations in the sun's energy reaching Earth, changes in the reflectivity of Earth's atmosphere and surface, and changes in the greenhouse effect, which affects the amount of heat retained by Earth's atmosphere. This agency also led me to focus more on the toxic gases on Earth, which can lead to our extinction. Awareness. To spread awareness about climate change, I made accounts that posted on two apps, Instagram and Twitter. I told people how to fight climate change. Some examples include eat less meat and more organic food, compost, hang dry clothes instead of using the dryer, and walk or bike instead of using motor vehicles. For Twitter, I also inform people of how to reduce waste at home. Or Instagram, sorry. One way is opt for electronic statements and newsletters. Another is bring reusables for food, beverages, and groceries. Third is plan your groceries and purchases ahead of time. And another one could be assign a day for eating leftovers. Slide. To apply pressure, I was going to host a campaign, and for that campaign, I was going to send out flyers and emails and make Twitter and Instagram posts so that people would go to my campaign. Each of those four would contain information about me, the campaign, the food, and the people that are going to be there. There would be free food, a parade float, and famous singers. There would also be dancers performing, such as the Jabberwockies. That would be the picture on the top right. And all these are the purpose of these attractions are to get people to get on my side and support. People would be able to volunteer in my campaign as waiters and waitresses, people who watch over brochure stands and bakers. There would be brochure stands where you could explore more information about me, my goals, or the campaign. Some of the baked goods provided would be cookies and brownies. Who wouldn't love some good snacks? At the end of the campaign, there would be volunteers collecting signatures for petitions and propositions for my goal in climate change. Supporters would be able to show their support by signing them. All petitions and propositions would be shown to higher authorities to show what the people want. Lastly, there would be a peaceful protest. We would be marching up and down the streets all the way up to City Hall. There will be no violence, and we will only be chanting phrases about climate change. And here's my evaluation reflection. So, regardless of the fact that my actions for awareness with the posts on Twitter and Instagram being unsuccessful, I believe that my civic action plan is top tier and very detailed. Another flaw in my plan would be the National Park Service not responding to my calls or emails, but really, you can't do anything about that. You just have to move on. And one aspect of my CAP project that I feel that stands out is the pressure portion. I believe the campaign is perfect and it could truly help me reach my goals. With this plan, anyone can succeed and reduce climate change. So overall, I think my civic action plan is pretty good. And yeah, thank you for listening.